Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today, I thought I would do a get ready with me using the makeup that I wear for everyday basis. Now the contents of this makeup bag has changed since I got back from Australia. I've added a few things and I've kept the same things as well. So for today, I'm going to use this The Ordinary High Silicone Primer. The only reason why I'm using this is I want to finish it up. I don't typically hate this primer. I don't like it as well. It's just average, but since I've already used majority of it, I just have to commit myself to finishing the entire tube. For foundation today, I have been in between this Benefit Hello Flawless Brightening Foundation, which I actually love, and this is in number 6, and I've also started using the foundation stick from Colourpop, and this is in medium 110. For day to day, I have been loving this Colourpop stick foundation, which doesn't, I mean, it's not the best foundation once again, but it does a pretty good job in covering majority of my insecurities, as well as it lasts reasonably well throughout the day. Also, it's very quick. On an everyday basis, I'm always in a rush. And what I have been using to apply this foundation is a beauty sponge, which clearly it does a very good job in blending, but it kind of takes away the coverage as well, because sometimes stick foundation can feel a little bit heavy. I would typically go in with that much, and then for the rest of my face, which needs a little bit of coverage, I would go back in and use a brush this time to blend it out. And I would go for a little bit more coverage around the area. I leave this thing alone because I don't like for the foundation to dry and then it will create like a crust around it. So I would typically conceal it very last. So I use the more creamy concealer or more hydrating concealer. Speaking of concealer, I have been using this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just have to finish this. I think I'm almost past halfway this concealer, and I really like this concealer because it doesn't crease. It's very hydrating on my eyes, yet it gives a lot of coverage. And I don't conceal my lid this time because I like to use my natural lid color as an addition to my very quick eye makeup look. You gotta use it for your advantage, you know. And I still have a little bit of darkness. It's mainly on this area right here. So I would use a brush this time because it deposits majority of the product. I haven't been sleeping very well, so. And also the lighting here casts a little bit of the shadow. But we will brighten that up with a powder. Now I've changed the powder that I use. On my travel makeup bag, I used the Innisfree powder, but I recently found my Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder, so I thought I would try to finish this as well because I've had this for a long time. So I like to set my under eye lightly and then go in with another powder. So I only set the center of my face for now because I want a cream contour. I find that on my oily skin, if I do cream contour, it lasts a lot better. So I'm going to use my Fenty Matchsticks and Truffle, which is a very good contour stick because it's a cream to powder formula and it lasts all day. And I also like to use this as my eyeshadow. And then I will blend the eyes first. As you can see, it's like a ultimate quick daily smoky eye, if you will, because it creates a great shadow and it blends beautifully on the eyes as well. So normally I would leave it like this and then maybe pop a little bit of highlighter. So we're going to blend the contour. To brighten our eye, I added in this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Diffuse Light, and I already hit pan, which I am so happy about because I've owned this powder for a very long time. I think when it first came out, and I just have to finish this, and like luckily enough my skin condition at the moment permits me to wear this powder, because before I used to have like oily skin, and whenever I wear this powder it just makes me look like a grease ball. And for bronzer today I'm still using the Model's Own matte bronzing powder. This is what it looks like. I love this because it's a perfect shade for my skin tone, and it's not super pigmented where like you get a really bad orange shadow on your face. Actually, what I've been loving recently is using this ambient lighting palette. Again, this has 3 different shades. So I have been using this shade right here to put on top of my bronzer, which creates a nice glow onto the skin. I tried using it as a pressed powder, but it has more of like a kind of brownie undertone, so I figured that if I use it on top of my bronzer it will look a lot better. And I would mix in a little bit of this shade right here, and that's Radiant Light. It has a little bit of shimmer, but I like to put that on top for an added glow effect. And for my blush, oh my gosh, I have not touched this in a very long time, but I have been loving this MAC blush in Copper Tone. This used to be my go-to blush, and I believe this is my very first MAC blush that I purchased. It's a nice brown tone. I don't know why I just did that. The brown tone pink, and it adds a nice flush on my face. So what I do is I deposit the blush with a blush brush and kind of diffuse it out with my powder brush. I am going to go back to the palette and I am going to mix in these 2 shades right here. It's not like the super glittery highlight, it just adds like a nice glow to my face, which makes it look radiant and younger looking. Like if you're looking for a very in your face highlight, this is not for you. But yeah. And what I love about this is I can put it all over my face and it's fine. So for the eyes, since I already did the bronzer on the eyes, I like to put this shade right here, using my finger, and pop that all over just to create a nice shimmer to catch the light. And then on top I'm going to pick up that shade and just pop that in the center to create like a spotlight. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I am going to pick up this shade right here and use that for my transition and kind of set the contour that we did. And for the lower lash line, I am going to go back to the bronzer that I used and put that underneath. I honestly do this very messily. And for the inner corner highlight, going back to the palette, pick up the middle shade and pop that in the middle. And for my brows, oh my goodness, I have been loving this Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer, and look, this is how much I have left. So I'm gonna quickly fill in my brows. I don't do anything magical on my brows. I basically just follow on whatever I have and color it in. So for brows, I love to set my brows with this Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I like to fluff the brows upwards because it gives me an illusion of having like bushy brows. Last few things is to apply mascara. I typically am not bougie when it comes to mascara. I buy whatever works for me, and that happens to be the Essence mascara. But then, unfortunately, the mascara that I love from Essence, I think, has been discontinued. It's the one in a white tube with orange print on it. I'm pretty sure I have used it in a video before, but yeah, so the one that I'm currently using is this Lash Princess. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't give what I wanted for my lashes. But for an everyday, I think this is alright for me. It doesn't flake, it lasts throughout the day, and yeah, it does okay, but it doesn't give me a lot of volume. It gives me length, yes, but volume wise it doesn't. So I'm currently on the market for a good mascara. For lips, I don't wear lipsticks anymore, so I have been loving this Peri Para Ink Air Airy Velvet. This is a lip mousse lip tint. I have used this as a blush and I actually love it. So what I typically do, I just dot it on my lips and then kind of spread it out with my fingers. Last but not the least, I'm going to set my face, and I have been loving this Perfect Makeup Fixer from Too Cool for School. And I go ham because at the moment my dry patch is highlighted. So what I do is I go back to the concealer. Because this is creamy, it won't like dehydrate or accentuate the dry patch, and it will put back a little bit of that moisture. And this thing right here, I kind of just leave it alone because the more I touched it, the more it will go crusty. And this is my everyday makeup look. Honestly, if I'm not talking to the camera, this will take me easily 10 minutes to do. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.